Are you a freelancer, startupper, or digital nomad? You should know about what coworking really is.
You are listening to Coworking Jungle, a podcast hosted by Klaudia, Mateusz and Dawid, three explorers coming from sunny Poland and sent to Italy by program Erasmus+.
We will explore the Millepiani coworking space in Rome to discover and explain through stories and real experiences the real value of coworking culture. So we are here with
Matteo Simonacci.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you tell a little bit about yourself?
Okay, I'm 40 years old. I'm a freelancer, comic artist. I'm living in Rome. I was born in Rome. I have a family, 4 years old son. I live not quite far from here, but it's cool to be here to work.
So okay, and what do you do on your daily basis?
During my day, my work day, a normal day. Okay.
Yeah, normal day.
Come from the north of the city here in the morning. Normally I work on comics all the day, so I'm an artist, and my typical day starts with warm up because drawing are quite physically. I need to be warm to start working. So warm up and studying usually, and I start to work then on the comic book. Normally I work on a comic book. So for example, during this period I work on French comic book, a comic book for French publishers.
Okay. So how did you find out about Millepiani?
I discovered Millepiani on the net in a comic artist interview that talk about his work in a public co-working, but it was not Millepiani, but it's another one, probably named Alveare, if I remember well. And he talked about another example of public co-working, Millepiani. So I went to Millepiani to discover it, and I was fascinated by the place and the community. I had what can I say, a week to try the co-working, and it was very good, and I continue to work here.
Yeah.
It's good.
So I'm very curious about your current project.
Okay, now I'm working on a fantasy project, a fantasy story, a comic book, and I draw the art, and I put the colors. I just don't write the story because it's a writer that works with me.
So you are an illustrator?
Illustrator, yes. Yeah. Just an illustrator, and we work together. And it's the story. It's inspired by the story of Genghis Khan, the Mongol king.
Yes.
Okay,
from Asia.
Yes, from Asia, and it's inspired by his story and the story of his wife that was quite important in the society. Also, women consideration in the Middle Age of Mongolian was not great, but Genghis Khan's wife has an important part of the story of the Khan. So the writer take inspiration from the true story, and he builds a fantasy story inspired by this. So we talk about the youthness of Genghis Khan in the story with a fantasy side in the story. So we take some freedom.
A little bit from history and a little bit of fantasy.
Yes, and I'm fascinated by, if you know it, the Asian cartoon like Studio Ghibli. Do you know it? Hayao Miyazaki. It's really a cartoonist. It's an Asian, Japanese cartoonist with really powerful imagination, really powerful design, and if you know it, if you discover it, I take a great inspiration from his images and fantasy. I like it very much, and with a great natural parts in history, in his stories, and I try to put it in my story too. Yes.
Oh. So, as you know, I'm from Poland, and I'm really curious about what do you know about my country.
I'm scared from this question. Not too much, in effect. Also because I confess I'm like a standard artist, so I live a great part of my day in the fantasy world. We say on the clouds. So not too much, in effect. I never visit your countries, so I.
So I get it. Yeah.
Oh yes. I like it.
You must visit it to get to know more.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think it's. So I think it will be all of my questions. And so Matteo, thank you for your time.
Thank you too.
Check out our next episode, and thank you very much for listening. Big thank you for our guest.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And good luck for the future. Okay.
Yeah. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.